And Dodgers are back. LA beats up on the Reds. Emmet Sheehan has his best start of his young career. What did we learn about this thing that could change some decisions? All that more coming up next on Dodgers Dugout Live.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball. The Dodgers are building a dynasty.
You guys ready to parade? We got a parade. The Dodgers punch back and head to the championship series. Ohtani starts the 50-50 club. Mookie Magic. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone. Start the party, Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to another episode of Dodgers Dugout Live. My name is Doug McKain. Cover the Dodgers for Dodgers Nation, a credentialed member of the media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. Thanks for rocking with us. After the Dodgers get the dub, they beat the Cincinnati Reds by a final score of 7-0. They out-hit the Reds 9-3 in this one, and they improve to 75-57 in the division. They headed into tonight's action with the exact record of the San Diego Padres, but big shout out to the Seattle Mariners beating the Padres, and now the Dodgers, who also have the tiebreaker because they won 9 of 13 games against the Friars this year, are up a game in the division, but look at that as a 2-game lead in the division. So this was a great day to be a Dodgers fan. It's always a great day to be a Dodgers fan, but tonight things just went the Dodgers' way. You had really great starting pitching. Emmet Sheehan, he had hard contact against him. There were 12 balls hit 95 miles per hour or more. There were a couple of plays that he benefited from. There were really great defensive plays by Teoscar Hernandez in the outfield, Michael Conforto in the outfield. I think the defensive play of the night came there in the 7th inning with Mookie Betts making a ridiculously nice backhand stop to make a strong throw, and he gets the out, and he preserves that shutout, and Mookie Betts continues just to play with more and more confidence on defense at the shortstop position. But all in all, it was a very productive night. I mean, Emmet Sheehan, 7 innings, gives up 2 hits, and had double-digit strikeouts. 10 strikeouts, and heading into this one, you would have to say that the Reds, that they had the pitching advantage with the fireballer Hunter Green on the mound for Cincinnati. And Emmet Sheehan, he took on that challenge, and he knows that, hey, you don't know how many runs you're going to get against Hunter Green, so he went in there focused, and he absolutely shoved. And then there was the home run balls. Andy Pages comes up with a big home run in this one. Just an absolute bomb to start the scoring off for the Dodgers. And that's what you want to see. Andy Pages getting hot and really starting to feel like the Andy Pages early on in the season, because he had really just been solid but hadn't been going on these tears. And he has a lot of home runs at Dodger Stadium, 18 of his 23 homers coming at Chavez Ravine, but you're starting to see him heat up, and it happened there in the 3rd inning, a tie game, and he sees a slider, middle, he jumps on it, he crushes it, and that gives the Dodgers an early lead.
Pages leading off the 3rd. Engulfing one to left field. It heads back there. It is gone. He's taken Green deep again. He started the scoring tonight.
Turn the Pages, and then later in this one, Andy Pages, he comes up in the 5th inning, and after a Michael Conforto leadoff double, yes, we'll talk about some Michael Conforto, Andy Pages crushes another bomb, his 23rd of the year, a 2-run shot. That gave the Dodgers a 3-0 lead. And then later, 6th inning, the Dodgers get more scoring going. Freddie Freeman, a leadoff ground rule double off of Green. Will Smith, he drew a walk. That set the Dodgers up with runners on 1st and 2nd. That was the end of the road for Hunter Green. In comes Barlow, And then that's great at bats by the Dodgers. The issue with the Dodgers offense of late has been when you go up there and you try to slug and you're trying to hit a 10-run home run, you're not seeing enough pitches. You're not putting enough pressure on the opposing pitcher. But now you're starting to see a Dodgers offense that's mixing it up. You're getting extra base hits. You're getting the occasional singles. You're getting walks. The best version of a Dodgers offense is when they're beating you with so many different ways. But the main thing is putting stress on the pitcher. When you put stress on the pitcher and you force him to execute pitches throughout an entire game, well, he's going to miss. And when he gets fatigued, he's going to make mistakes. And that's when the Dodgers come in to punish those mistakes. And we saw that tonight. After Barlow comes in, Teoscar Hernandez, he draws a walk to load the bases. And after back-to-back strikeouts, first by Freeland and then by Conforto, and he paused at the plate, and he hits one that goes right under the legs of Ellie De La Cruz. Hey, LA's my city, De La Cruz. And that scored 2 more runs to make it a 5-3 game. Smith and Freeman, they come in to score. That makes it 5-0. And then you got more scoring later in this one. Mookie Betts, he crushed a home run in the 7th inning, 353 feet on a sweeper up in the zone off of Mole, and Mookie continues to be more consistent at the plate. You're seeing the power numbers go up. You're seeing just him not going to these big-time slumps. Yes, it's only his 14th home run. That's low by his standards. But remember, Mookie said himself, his season is over. What he means by that, though, is he's not focused on the numbers for his entire season. He's just trying to help this team win, and he's done that in some way. It feels like every single game, whether it was his defense in the Padres series, whether it was his offense at times, and tonight certainly tacking on another run certainly helped and getting his confidence up. And then it looked like Pages was on his way to a 3-homer game in the 8th inning after another Michael Conforto double. Pages, he was able to have to go to the plate because you had a Teo single and a Conforto double, and Pages, he hits one, gets under it, kind of got Steinered there. Of course, Charlie Steiner, my man, kind of makes you think, oh, it's going to be a home run, and ends up on the warning track. That scored Teo to make it a 7-0 game, and the Dodgers get the dub. Player of the game. Let me get your MV3. Your 3 most important Dodgers that led to this win. I think the 2 are pretty obvious. You got to go Andy Pages. You got to go Emmet Sheehan. But who's your 3rd for the most important player of this game? The MV3 of this game. I'm going to go with the dude that set the tone. And that is V, the Korean pop star, the superstar from the group BTS. I think that V set the with the first pitch. There he is. Some people didn't know him, but this dude's a massive superstar. Look at V, man. He was talking to Glass now before the game. Said he was going to throw that 4-seamer. First of all, we got a dude who's on the mound, and he is a southpaw. Look at the leg kick. I mean, that's solid. I think V set the tone. Man, BTS. The girls were crying, screaming, going crazy for V. And we know what V stands for, right? Stands for victory, and the Dodgers got the dub. So, okay, all jokes aside, give V some credit. But MV3 on this one, Pages, Sheehan. I'm going Mookie Betts. Has the home run, great defensive play, really set the tone. That's my MV3. But let's hear from Andy Pages after the game. He's starting to really, really heat up. And I think another big takeaway in this one. A couple weeks ago, we talked about this. Hey, man, wait a minute. The Dodgers, when are they going to develop these young homegrown stars? Andy Pages tonight, Alex Freeland over the weekend, Dawn Rushing yesterday. You're starting to see that Dodgers homegrown position player pipeline. We'll talk about it tomorrow morning on Dodgers Dugout Live. But the truth of the matter is that's going to help them in free agency. The more young players you develop that can be foundational members of your core, the more inexpensive they are, and the more you can use those resources, allocate those funds to other positions of need. So it's a big development, not just for this year, but for this roster for the foreseeable future. But here was Andy Pages after the game talking about his big night at the Ravine.
I got a fun one for you. You are the only player in Major League Baseball to have 3 home runs off of Hunter Green. So tell me, what is it about this matchup that gives you the edge?
Tú eres uno de los únicos jugadores que tiene 3 home runs contra Hunter Green, que es contra el que ves bien para sacar los cuadrangulares.
Simplemente me preparo como todos los demás. Él falló algunos picheos hoy y yo aproveché porque nosotros bateamos cuando ellos fallan.
Yeah, just prepare. He left some pitches over the plate, and I was able to connect on them. And that's what you do. You just prepare, and when you get pitches, he makes mistakes, you take advantage of them.
Is that what you were seeing there in that second at bat that allowed you to ambush him on the first pitch?
Eso es lo que estabas viendo durante esos bateos para agarrar esos primeros picheos.
Sí, a ver, también me enfrenté el año pasado y pude ver esos turnos y conseguí la secuencia que me estaba haciendo y pude conectarle bien la bola.
Yeah, even from last year, just being able to kind of gather the sequences the way that he was approaching me, just being able to kind of remember some of those things, was able to help me out today too.
Majority of your home runs this year have been here at Dodger Stadium. What makes playing here so special for you?
La mayoría de los honrones han nacido aquí en Dodger Stadium. ¿Qué es lo que ves aquí o cómo te sientes aquí bateando aquí?
Yo diría que, o sea, gracias a Dios han salido aquí. Obviamente me siento muy cómodo aquí con nuestra fanaticada, pero que no hayan salido en otro estadio no significa que me sienta incómodo o no. Simplemente no han salido.
Yeah, just really blessed that, the home runs come here. Really confident, a lot of confidence here with the fans. Being able to hit here in front of them, but obviously I don't think it has anything to do with hitting them away or home. It's just being able to hit them anywhere.
Emmet Sheehan was excellent today, but the defense behind him, and specifically the defense in outfield, can you describe what it was like playing alongside Michael Conforto and Teoscar Hernandez today?
Emmet pichó bien, pero la defensa estaba buena también hoy. ¿Qué es lo que puedes hablar sobre la defensa de Michael y Teoscar también?
No, en general hicieron un tremendo trabajo hoy, desde el principio de los primeros innings que yo vi que estaban haciendo buenas jugadas, pues lo que tuve en mi mente fue que el día de hoy ganábamos y eso fue lo que nos llevamos.
Yeah, the defense was great from the beginning, making plays early on in the game, but it just made me it showed me that we were going to win this game.
Congratulations on this one, guys.
Thank you.
Got Andy Paz. How about shout out to the great Juan Dorado, the Dodgers public relations, doing the translating, the great Juan Dorado there. So awesome stuff from Andy Paz. And like I said, that's the dream, right? If you're a scout in Major League Baseball, if you're a president of baseball operations, if you're a GM, if you're working in development, if you're working in coaching at the minor league level, Andy Pages is a part of the dream. And that is, after tonight, the 2-homer game, where he's now at 23 home runs on the season, 75 RBI, hitting 273 with a 116 weighted runs created plus. So the Dodgers have developed a homegrown player that was a fringe all-star that's a well above average bat and a well above average defender. So kudos to the Dodgers development, scouting, and everything involved with that, because it's not easy. I mean, everyone wants to develop superstars and all-stars. It's not easy just to develop players that can play every day. Love me some Gavin Lux. Gavin Lux actually has been a negative WAR player this year for them. And yeah, Gavin Lux got that go-ahead sac fly. He'll always be the starting second baseman for the championship team in 2024, but it's just not easy to develop above average players. And I just can't say enough about how exciting it is for Andy Paz to be that guy and kind of what it means for the Dodgers outfield moving forward. But let's take some comments here. We got JC. We got to get a name for the chat. Left Field Pavilion. I don't even know. Like the Dodgers Nation chat. Best chat in the game. You guys make the show what it is. We got 80 says, Forto has me all sorts of confused. I like him, then I don't. Yeah, this was Michael Conforto. You got a really good game from him, 2 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, but also some really nice defensive plays. Top of the second, that catch that he made on Spencer Steer. He jumps. He's really good at kind of knowing where the wall is now, knowing how to play that section. I mean, overall, the defense doesn't grade out that great, so I wouldn't call him a plus defender. I think occasionally he makes these highlight plays, but yeah, I'm not ready to full-blown buy my Michael Conforto stock back. I mean, We'll see how it looks. But when guys start to get back, I mean, it could be a Hye-Sung Kim versus Michael Conforto thing at the end. If Hye-Sung Kim doesn't look that good, we'll see. But I think another thing to consider is the play of Alex Freeland and the fact that he brings that infield versatility. How does Alex Call play? I mean, who's healthy? So, I mean, and he needed a night like this, Michael Conforto. And you guys can't say in the chat he was Michael over Forto, right? You can't say that tonight. But you got to give him credit. Also give credit to Teoscar Hernandez. Really solid defense. That liner in the lights off Trevino. I mean, there was a play where he's going back and he's really good at judging balls where he's going back on. Right, he can go back on baseballs. Right, where he makes that good read, has that good first step, and then is able to make that catch on the warning track. Where he struggles is balls that hit in front of him and just kind of that extra step or two to be able to get that and complete those plays. That's where he typically struggles. So that's kind of the issue for him. But all in all, the defense was great. Now we're going to do the Dodgers defensive play of the game. I know we love the D here on Dodgers Dugout Live, and that, of course, is the defense. And tonight, the defensive play of the game came from Mookie Betts, and it's astonishing. I'm going to drop an interview I did with Dino Ebel tomorrow morning on Dodgers Dugout Live. We're going to go on from 10 to 12. That's going to be kind of our new window in the morning for a lot of these guests because the postseason's coming, and I'm going to have to be going to the stadium early. So going to get situated for that down the stretch run. So lock in. If you watch at lunchtime, it'll be ready for you to watch at lunchtime. Podcast listeners as well. So nonstop Dodger content here on the #1 Dodgers YouTube channel. Tons of giveaways on the way, so be on the lookout for that. But the Dodgers D, we love the D, play of the game comes from Mookie Betts.
Looks like his fastball coming out of his hand with different movement.
Hayes bounces one to short. Betts pucks it, guns it, what a play! Mookie Betts!
And it was also the show of emotion there that I think really stood out to me. He turned himself into a great defender at shortstop, and the offense is coming around. But here we go. We got Big D tonight from Jack Geezy. We got Claudia. We got Brianna. We got Nico Suave says pause. I don't know why. Why would I pause? I'm just playing. DFLA again. Bases loaded in 2 straight Ks wasn't great. Thanks for De La Cruz for that E. Yeah, that wasn't a good moment, but you already had a pretty sizable lead at that point with really good pitching. But you definitely want to come through better. Ryman says pause. Dan Moreno says he made the plays he needed to, but he had a mix-up with Mook also. He did, and he has to be better in those situations. You're the outfielder. You have right away, though, on those. And, yeah, you're talking about a play where it's hitting into shallow left field, and Mookie, even though he's got range, when Conforto's coming in on that, he's got the call-off, and he's got to make that play. We've just seen that throughout. So I totally agree. I mean, like I said, Conforto, he was 0 for 15 in last week. So for him to get a couple hits and get extra base hits, that was great. Muad'Dib says, I'm all about the D. We got Don't Be Weird D-Mac, Christopher. Shoeys are gross. Yeah, I mean, it had to be for special situations. They had to be for special situations, that's for sure. I don't throw those out lightly. We need to go on a 30-game tear. Yeah, how about the Mariners tonight? Brianna, another $17 million guaranteed. That play was amazing. We got Don't Celebrate Just Yet. The Reds suck. D of the game. You guys are funny from Francie. We're all about the D-Mac from Claudia 11. We got D-Mac. How do I join the Discord? So I'll leave a link down below in the info of this YouTube channel. I have seen that a couple different times from you guys in the chat. So we will definitely make sure we do that. Chat is lit. Chat's always lit, man. Like I said, you guys are the best chat in the Dodger game. You guys are always on fire. The funniest takes, the smartest baseball fans. You guys bring it, man. I got met a lot of you guys over the weekend in San Diego, man. It's always awesome to meet you guys IRL for sure. No doubt about it. But clutch hitting with the runners in scoring position needs to be fixed. I mean, for the most part, this team, you had 2 really good games in a row where you got the slug. And tonight, the Dodgers as a whole, you went 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Rojas was 0 for 2, Betts 0 for 1, Conforto 0 for 1, Paz 1 for 2, Freeland 0 for 1, Freddie 0 for 1. You only had 5 opportunities. You had 9 hits, but you hate to see that, but this is this team's identity. It truly is. If you want the dub, you've got to slug. And you see these big games where they just are able to overpower and bludgeon their opponents. And then when they tend to struggle, it's you just can't put the ball in play. You don't have a two-strike approach, and it looks like you just don't have an answer offensively. So I think what I want to see next time is the next time you see a really good starting pitcher have their way with this Dodgers offense, it's an in-game adjustment. And that's what this team has failed to do throughout parts of this season. That's why they're under 500 since the All-Star break is just, hey, if they don't have it that night, they're not going to pull another club out of their bag. And an example of that is Nestor Cortez, right, Saturday. He's throwing a lot of cutter on the outer half of the plate. They're struggling with his breaking ball. You got to learn to stay back, right? And these guys know how to do it, right? These are big league hitters. These are the most talented guys in the game. They know what they're doing. It's just about going out there and doing it and giving them team at-bats and just putting the ball in play in situations and just kind of providing a spark. You're not going to hit multiple home runs against every single team in every single game. But the good news is this team has the personnel to kind of make up for that. And they really have guys that are coming back that can have that approach with the Max Muncies and Tommy Edmonds and Kike Hernandez back today, which is great to see. But the story tonight, I really do think it's Emmet Sheehan. I mean, as great as Andy Pages was, Emmet Sheehan did battle through some things. Like I said, 12 balls hit 95 miles per hour or more. But the fact that he has that dominant stuff, I mean, we are talking about a dude who's just straight up nasty. I mean, beginning of the game, the Marte, that slider, just up and in. To De La Cruz, that changeup down in the zone. And then that four-seam fastball with that ride and run that explodes and runs in on right-handed hitters to get in on their hands and overpower them. It just shows that, hey, not all fastballs are created equally. When you have a pitch that moves like that, and it can set up your slider that had a really nice bite to it, the changeup had a nice bite to it, Emmet Sheehan is an absolute lock to make this postseason roster. And I think beyond that, he has the stuff where he's right. He's not like at the Blake Snell tier necessarily or Yamamoto tier or Ohtani tier, but he's just right below that. And he can grow into that. I talked to someone with the Dodgers once. He told me, hey, Sheehan's got the best, most explosive fastball in the organization. And it's not the velo, it's the run and the way he can use it. So he's a weapon, man. He really is. It's going to be interesting because you don't necessarily view him as a guy who's going to get the ball for a key start. But imagine if he's in a short burst situation and can unleash for 2-3 innings. Emmet Sheehan, man, he's that dude. He really has a lot of potential to grow into it. I really do think a 2 or 3-ish starter in this league is his ceiling. That's how good his stuff is. But here was Emmet Sheehan breaking down his start just moments ago from the Dodgers clubhouse, where he went 7 innings, had 10 strikeouts, and gave up no runs.
And just 7 shutout innings from you. Kind of, when you look at today, is this probably the best you've felt just with how you're executing your pitches, how the stuff was playing?
Yeah, I think so. We've been putting in some work the last couple weeks, and I think it didn't really show on the first couple, but now it's starting to show a little more with the execution.
What would you say has been the biggest difference then?
Just executing consistently, throwing everything with conviction instead of just trying to place it, and that stuff Mark and Connor have helped me a lot with, and the strength coaches have helped me a lot with too.
When you look at just kind of how you were navigating, though, was there anything that you found kind of leaning on or something that was playing a little bit better with this matchup in specific?
Yeah, I think the slider was big today. Trying to just keep him off balance from the heater. I was trying to throw a couple more at the bottom of the zone, fastballs, but it took kind of until the end to get that going. But yeah, felt good.
You have now career-long outings in your last 2 starts, tied your career high for strikeouts. Does this just snowball now? The confidence just starts to spike?
I think so, yeah. I mean, definitely have to build on it. Try to just keep the same progress we've been doing, keep that going for the next one.
How big is it for you when you get the defense that you got, especially left, right, and then you get short?
It's huge. I mean, there were a few balls there where I was like, I thought they were going to be home runs, and then made some plays at the wall. So, yeah, they were big time today.
How fun is that when you're just mowing guys down like that? 1 hit through 6 innings.
It's pretty fun. It's a lot more fun than watching the ball go over the fence, for sure. But, yeah.
Did it feel like you were going kind of toe-to-toe with Hunter Green? I know, obviously, you gave up some of those home runs, especially to Andy, but just were you feeling kind of a momentum in that matchup specifically?
Not really. I mean, he's a great pitcher. I didn't really think about who was on the mound for them today, honestly. But, yeah, he's a great pitcher.
How important has it been to get like the swing and miss that you've been able to get with your slider recently, as you kind of mentioned?
It's been really important. I think that just keeps him off the fastball, which is obviously usually my best pitch. So I think, keeping that going is going to be big.
There was Emmet Sheehan, big night for the Dodgers starter. The other pitchers that contributed to this win, the bullpen, not in a tough situation, but they went out there and got the job done. Jack Dreyer had a strikeout, gave a hit, but an efficient 11 pitches for his 8th inning of work. And Anthony Banda, 2 walks there. He didn't love that, 25 pitches, but still, Anthony Banda, no one talks about that, but bitty Banda. By the way, I was talking to Banda after the game on Sunday. I owe him a stack of Dodgers Nation t-shirts. And I was like, hey, Banda. I was like, Anthony, got an idea for a t-shirt. What do you think? He's like, what is it, D-Mac? I was like, why don't we get one? Because his new warm-up song is Bitty Bamba from Selena. Rest in peace. The late, great Selena. He has Corpus Christi ties. That's where she's from in Texas. And I was like, why don't we get one that says Bitty Banda? I thought he was going to hate it. He's like, I like it. And I was like, I know, me too. I was like, in that way, when I make the t-shirt, you can sue me, and then she can sue me. Major League Baseball, her estate. And he was like, nah, she won't sue you, but I definitely will. I was like, come on. It was a good moment. But, yeah, we'll actually work on that. Would you guys buy a Bitty Banda shirt? To be honest. Let me know. But, yeah, I want to say, though, Anthony Banda is he's figured it out. I mean, a 2.46 ERA in August, 2.25 ERA in July. Had a rocky start to his year, but he's really, really smoothed things out. I'm going to get a chance to talk to him a little later this week to talk about kind of things that have changed with him this year. So give him a lot of credit. Okay, we got to talk about Michael Conforto. Are we buying or selling the Michael Conforto night? Are we buying or selling the Michael Conforto night? Because he made a couple good defensive plays. There was a play that he should have made where he let one drop and he kind of relied a little bit too much on Mookie Betts going out there making that play. Did get a couple of hits, and they were doubles, which is good. I think Dodgers Nation has kind of made their decision. Okay, we're just waiting until guys come back, and that's it for Michael Conforto. But if he gets hot, would they change things? So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being you're all in on Michael Conforto, where are you at? 1 being the lowest. Is it Michael Conforto a 0 for you or a 10? Where is it? As far as are you in on Michael Conforto scale? Well, I'll read your comments. I'll read them after this, but here is Conforto from the Dodgers clubhouse talking about his multi-hit game tonight.
The defense in the outfield tonight. Can you describe what it was like, not only playing behind Emmet Sheehan, but what you all were able to do as the outfield specifically?
Yeah, a lot of great plays out there. It's been a thing for us to tighten up a little bit, and obviously we've been working towards getting that goal achieved and doing extra BP tracking balls in the outfield and just making sure we're out there doing our getting our reps in, and obviously it's paying off, and all around, all the guys out there did a great job.
With kind of the approach at the plate that this group has been having, that you've been having, the extra base hits today, how would you describe just kind of either how you were seeing the ball or just how you were feeling at the plate in this one today? I definitely, I was on the fastball today, had a couple good swings on fastballs, and, that's also been a thing I've been working on. There's still work to be done, but, a couple good swings out there tonight.
When you weren't really connecting with as much, was it kind of not being on the fastball, like as you had said earlier in the season, or is there something else that's been going on for you?
I definitely wasn't hitting it. That's one of the things that was going on, and whether that was mechanical or approach, I think it's a little bit of both, and I think we're in a better place right now with the fastball, and like I said, there's still some work to be done for sure.
So, hey, he clearly is going to be in there, buy himself some more time, and it's his time is running out. It feels like, as far as, even if it's not complete getting moved on from, as just a reduced role as a whole for him. So look, I root for guys to have success. I really do. And I think that it's important to remind everyone that he does not want to be bad. Like, he wished he was hitting 400 and he was an all-star, was having the best year of his career. It's not for lack of work ethic. This is the hardest sport. So I do really like the effort in the outfield, and I think that's one of my big takeaways from tonight's game. That was a major positive, is that their corner outfielders have been two of the worst in the sport as far as the overall metrics when it comes to defensive runs saved and outs above average, DRS 150, just kind of, or UZR 150, kind of the metrics that kind of look at overall performance on a deeper level, past just like errors and fielding percentage and old school stats. But tonight, I mean, Conforto and Teo, they took away, I'm counting it, 4 extra base hits with good defense. I mean, Conforto catching Spencer Steer's fly ball at the top of the wall. Hernandez, he went to the wall and made a catch on a Brian Hayes fly ball in the second. And Hernandez made that nice play on the Jose Trevino liner, moved back, caught it with one hand right into the webbing of his glove with his back to the plate. I mean, that was a really, really nice play. And then the one on Matt McKain's fly ball in the 5th. There was some really, really good defense there by those two guys that have absolutely gone through it this season. The much maligned Dodgers corner outfielders. So it was a good game for them. And I also want to point out, too, Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman getting a double tonight. And that was his 33rd double of his season. 541st double of his career. This is the stat of the game here. The Dodgers Dugout Live stat of the game. That moved him into a tie for 37th all-time with Hall of Famer and multi-time MVP Rogers Hornsby. So the fact that you're in the conversation with Rogers Hornsby, that is very, very impressive stuff. All right, let's do some more comments here. Then we'll hear from Dave Roberts. Do some final takeaways on this one. We'll be back tomorrow morning for some Dodgers Dugout Live. We're going to take an early look, a way too early look at 2025 free agency. That should be fun. 2025, 2026. Jose Aguirre, I'll take a lucky game over nothing. Y'all are so ungrateful in here. Conforto has had more than plenty of opportunities to prove himself. This from T-Rex 12. Mr. Lazy, I'm fine with him and Miggy coming off the bench. G5 ring, Conforto will not let anyone get him down. Why don't we encourage players from M8KE3? Why does Doc rest the batters after having a solid day? We got a super chat from Adrian Gonzalez, $4.99. I see Conforto in another J as another J-Hay, but J-Hay actually helped the Dodgers before they got rid of him. Okay, Delirium, who's in the lead for the NL batting title? So let's take a look here. Things change. I'll answer your question here, but the leader, Will Smith, has kind of fallen off a little bit of late, to say the least. He's not having the best August. And right now, the best batting average is Freddie Freeman now. So Freddie Freeman, after tonight, so he headed into tonight's action with a 302 batting average. And then Freddie tonight, sitting at 302 on the year. So that's good stuff. It'd be cool to have him win a batting title. Where is Will Smith at this point? Let's see. Will Smith hitting 297. Isn't batting average funny? Like, it doesn't take into account, like a home run is the same thing as a single to batting average. But it's all love. It's all good. It's all good. It's a fun stat. It's old school. We got to embrace it still. I'm not mad at it. But now let's hear from Dave Roberts after the game. See what he had to say about this win. The Dodgers, think of the Major League speech. A streak. They've got a streak going. 2 games, and they pick up a game on the Padres. But here was Dave out of the Dodgers' 7-0 shutout win over the Cincinnati Reds.
See, when you look at that matchup with him and Hunter Green, just to see how he was able to get to him, how do you describe the kind of performance from him at the plate today?
Man, what a performance by Andy. And, Hunter is, he's one of the better pitchers in baseball and certainly the National League. And it's high octane stuff. And Andy had a huge night. I thought that first at bat, just winning some pitches, getting to a slider, and hit a really good pitch, 3-2, and then the first pitch slider. And even that last at-bat against Phillips, I thought he had a great at-bat, almost missed his third homer. So it's just really good to see that at-bat quality from Andy, and we needed it, and just an overall really well-played baseball game.
How do you describe just kind of there in the seventh inning, Mookie Betts as a play defensively that was excellent and then follows it up with a home run, just to see how not only he's evolved as a shortstop, but they've gotten back on track offensively this year. Does that kind of inning sum things up, I guess, kind of as to where he's at right now?
It does. I think it's just, I think what it comes down to is the guys are just playing to win. And, this time of year, that's got to be the focus. And, Mookie playing fantastic shortstop and kind of freed himself up, as he said, a couple weeks ago about the offensive side. And you're seeing the results. And for me, I just love the compete, the fight. And, even against that lefty, got behind the count and kept, competing and got a sweeper and hit a homer. So just a great, ball game on both sides of the baseball. And tonight, just, from Emmet, the way he was tonight, just attacking these guys, his stuff was really, really good tonight. And to get him through 7 and all the punch that he had tonight, I thought the defense was just engaged, every single guy out there. I thought the offensive at-bats, 1 through 9 were great. And it's just, I mean, it's probably one of the better games, complete games we've played in months for me. And I'm really, really excited about the way we played tonight.
When Emmet can get that slider to go with a fastball like he did tonight, how exciting is that for the future and a blueprint for what he can do?
Well, it's kind of, obviously, we know what he can do. And tonight he just put it all together. He really did. Getting strike one, the slider, the fastball, life to it, the changeup, dropped some curveballs in there. I thought Will did a fantastic job with them, and we needed length tonight. And so, that was really good to see, and it was good for him to get through that 7th inning, and so get close to that century mark, and so it's growth for him. And like I said, just overall, couldn't be more pleased.
Across the board, the outfield was good when you look at the defense with the offense. How important was that to the back end?
It was great. It was great. I mean, Michael makes a great play early off the bat of Steer and a really big play. And Teo got off the ball and made some really nice plays out there. And he's getting off the ball in center field. And obviously the infield defense was great. So I just think the energy all around was focused and was consistent. And so to grind a pitcher like Hunter Green, you've got to do something offensively. And, to play defensively, to not give away outs, to allow Emmet to go deeper in a game, that's just kind of, what we need to do, going forward.
So there was Dave Roberts. A couple things that he said that stands out is, yes, I mean, Mookie Betts really is starting to turn things around. And I think it's more than just a couple games here and there. He has 9 multi-hit games in the month of August. We have not seen him have this much success consistently at the plate all year. And on top of that, he's making all the routine plays at shortstop. And now on top of that, he's making the highlight plays at shortstop. I thought Mookie Betts was fantastic. Couple big takeaways, and I want all your big takeaways from this one. We'll get to you guys here. I'm looking for a comment of the show. The bottom of the lineup stepped up. Conforto, Pages, and Rojas, they all got a hit. Conforto and Pages got 2 hits a pair, and Slug 2 doubles and 2 home runs for Conforto and Pages, and they combined to go 5 for 11 in this one. The bottom of the lineup absolutely carried. Shohei went over 3. Betts goes 2 for 4. Freeman goes 1 for 4. But it was that bottom of the lineup stepping up in a big way. Emmet Sheehan pitched the way he did. But I miss wins like this. Don't you miss wins like this? A complete win. Like Doc said, this was one of the most complete wins that the Dodgers have had all season. It's not like the Reds are a terrible team. You had Hunter Green throwing 100+ on the mound and a Reds team fighting to try to make the wild card in a very meaningful game from their end. And they did it defensively, they did it on the mound, and they did it in the box. And all facets of the game, it was a clean game for the Dodgers. They did have one error in this one. And it happens, right? I mean, every now and then you're going to have an error. But as long as It was in the fourth inning by Freeland. Love me some Alex Freeland. That guy's a dog. But let me know down below, guys, what is your biggest takeaway? I'm going to give all your comments some love for the rest of the show here. And we'll do a final thought and we'll head out of this one. Foxy Cinnamon 7307. Buddy DFA, thank you for your service. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Buddy Kennedy gone. Don Kim, D-Mac has some of the most insightful analysis combined with brilliant original phrases, making an awesome show. Don Kim, my man, appreciate Don Kim. How long have you been rocking with this show? It really means a lot that you've been rocking with us as long as you have. You are the man, and much love. Adrian Gonzalez, appreciate the super chat. Let's go down below. I don't like Doc's interviews. That's from John Linton. Yeah, but it's good to have on the show. That's the one thing about this show. We like to give you guys Dave Roberts and player interviews and try to give you guys all the stuff that will make you the most informed Dodgers fan, because we got to dissect what Dave says. And if there's any injury stuff, we kind of got to have to get into it. So we're trying to give you guys all the content you need to be the most informed Dodgers fans in the game. World Series MVP Congoto from Jose Aguirre. We've got Dan Moreno. I defended Mookie all year. Dude was sick and lost a lot of muscle. I'm glad he is getting his groove back. Yeah, I mean, for a guy, like, that's a great point. I want to touch on that. For a guy that was traded here, that had won a World Series for a team that beat the Dodgers, like, it really does feel like Mookie is, like, our guy. Like, the way he's embraced Los Angeles, the way that he's really opened up, right? Started the podcast and really has just, I mean, ingratiated himself in this community. And you're just rooting for Mookie Betts. He bet, never forget this, the rings didn't start showing up until Betts did. Say what the rings weren't here until Mookie Betts showed up. And he said at his initial press conference he wanted to win rings with the S plural, and they've won in 2020 and 2024. And he's going to go in the Hall of Fame with an interlocking LA logo on his hat. So all love to Mookie Betts. Go back and watch the interview I did with the guy, the Padres fan who was heckling Shohei. I like what he said about how Mookie Betts was like, do you know who the F you're talking to? When he was talking about Shohei Ohtani and him trying to heckle him. But Bugs Bunny said it best. What's up, Doc? It's from I got to work on my Bugs. What's up, Doc? I haven't done Bugs in a while. Why the Kirsten Watson's awesome, man. Why we no Kirsten slander? Good friend. Kirsten's great. Come on. Alana, I was guessing Conforto will be in the 4-hole tomorrow. You're probably right. I see what she's right there. I'm not mad at that. Conforto just batted cleanup, so anything is possible. From Carl, Steven, Mookie is bringing this team together. That's a good point. I mean, he really, like, them rallying around him, I do think brought this team together for sure. Jeremy Buckley's could be a comment of the show. Michael Jackson calls him Emmet Sheehan. Comment of the show. Dodgers Life. D-Mac probably shaking his head to all of our comments. All love that. Hey, that's what, honestly, I get a kick out of the show. You guys make me laugh. I don't agree with everything. For sure, to say the least. But, hey, my goal here is to give you guys a voice and let this out. This is a Dodgers therapy session. You know how we get it out. Bilal K, he's gone. Okay, I'm back. We're talking about Dave Roberts. I always got love for Bilal K, the way he looks at the game. Glass half empty, but he keeps it real, and that's what I appreciate the most. You want to keep it a buck on this show. This is not Dodgers State TV, right? We have to keep it honest. Big takeaways from Brianna is Conforto is getting a big contract extension for today's game. D-Mac, come on now. Are you looking for that passing bomb for a Conforto multi-year deal? That's not happening. One thing I can guarantee you is that no matter how he plays, Michael Conforto could be the NLCS MVP, World Series MVP. This will be his last year in a Dodgers uniform. I will say that. We got, in general, D-Mac, I agree with most things. I feel so validated. We got Delirium Dodgers Dugout will win the 2025 Emmy, calling it now. It's comment of the show. I like that. Mookie's a legend. D-Mac, what do you think of Dave Roberts? He's been getting a lot of hate lately, but other than continuing to play Conforto over call, I think he's done pretty well. Daniel Klatt. I mean, look, I understand that he is the guy that he takes the blame and losses and doesn't get a lot of credit in the wins. People think he has the keys to a Bentley. I mean, this is a team that has used 40 pitchers, right? I mean, has gone through a rotation that wasn't healthy at the beginning of the year, and he's been able to keep guys fresh and mentally to be able to go through this sprint. And I think he has this team in the right mindset right now to finish strong, win the division, and defend this title. I mean, like, there's a world where the Dodgers could be 5-6 games behind the Padres. Like, there really is a universe where that's possible. And even though they have played under 500 baseball since the All-Star break, I still feel like, I mean, this team has treaded water in the face of a lot of key injuries and just lackluster play. And my opinion on Dave Roberts, and I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys, and I always am, but and I hate when people say it's a pet peeve of mine, so I don't know why I did it myself. But I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, just did it again, that my opinion on Dave Roberts is based on what players tell me about Dave Roberts. And I have always wanted to know who's the clubhouse leader, and I've asked multiple players this, and the name that comes up when you ask who's the clubhouse leader, and I'm looking for them to say a player's name, they will say it's Dave Roberts. They will say that it's Doc. Mookie Betts said last year that he was the reason why they won the World Series. And there's just something about Dave Roberts that he's just an eternal optimist. And when times are rough, I mean, look, the first 2 games against the Padres, no offense. He was like, things are going to turn. He said on Sunday that was going to be their best offensive game, and it did. Like, he instills confidence in these guys, and when they're at their lowest point, he steps up the most and gives them the support they need, and it really helps in a very difficult game. So as far as tactical stuff and like making decisions, look, I mean, a lot of these are coin flips, and some decisions work, some decisions don't, but they don't always mean they were the wrong decision. It's just baseball is a maddening game where there's a lot of fluky unpredictability to it. But end of the day, it's like he's a Hall of Fame manager, if we're being completely honest. Like, he really is a Hall of Fame manager. But, I do think I would like to see a little more Alex Freeland. I would like to see a little more Alex Call. I do think that he kind of gets his guys and he sticks with them. But what's up, D-Mac? What's up, Jose Villanueva 360, my man? Carl, D-Mac does a good Michael Jackson impression, too. Chimona. D-Mag asks leading questions too. Thank you. Appreciate you, Foxy. Yeah, you guys are awesome, man. And I like how everyone's in a good mood. Isn't it funny how we're all in a good mood because they won? Let's be honest. Our happiness or sadness is based on 26 guys wearing wedding gown white with Dodgers script across their chests, and that's just how it is. Stop defending Dave Roberts from LP 780. I thought that last year, the fact that, like, you know, the funny thing about last year, the fact that Enrique Ortiz, appreciate you, my man. The fact that last year, like, he won with 2.5 starters, and yes, you had Shohei Ohtani, but even he was injured in the postseason. I thought that last year, he would win a lot of fans over that still doubted him, clearly. And look, this is how you feel, is how you feel. I mean, the truth is with Dave is he's not going anywhere. So you guys know kind of one of my rules on the show is you kind of we talk about things that either can or can't happen. And right now that can't happen. And we'll see. I mean, if he wins this year with this group, where he'll probably have to go on the road to win multiple series in the DS and the CS and the World Series, well, that would take his resume over the top. So let's have a good stretch down here for this team and try to win this division, try to get that bye because it'd be big. $10 super chat from Ojas Dese 9942. D-Mag, what do you think are our realistic chance of beating teams like the Brewers, Tigers, Cubs, etc.? I think the Dodgers' biggest competition is always the Dodgers, and that is about injuries. That is about approach. But when it comes to their 1 through 26, I don't care if the Brewers and the Phillies and the Cubs, and there's teams ahead of them as far as the overall standings. One, the Dodgers haven't been whole all year, so they're not a team that their record reflects that they are. They still are the most talented team in baseball. I mean, they just truly, truly are. It's just about catching fire at the right time and doing what you need to do on all facets. Crazy Noodle Man, D-Mac, what do you think about Tanner Scott coming back? Hey, he says this is the best he's felt all year. I think it was a good rest for him. So I'm hoping that we get that. Thanks, Daniel Klatt. You're the man. Brianna, the man, you're awesome. Not the man, sorry, Brianna, you're the woman. I don't know. Sorry about that. Ray Velasquez, fire Roberts, D-Mac, get off his. Oh, come on, man. Well, that's a little out of pocket here. Did you see that Padres fan was dropping F-bombs on this show? Okay? He was dropping F-bombs. What's up, Carl? I'll have to bleep some of that stuff out. But all right, guys, see you tomorrow morning on Dodgers Dugout Live. And it's going to be exciting. We're going to do some cool stuff on this show. And we're opening up a new window because, like I said, we're going to be leaving a little earlier for these postseason games pretty soon. So we're going to kind of dial it in. But that's going to do it for this episode. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. Special thanks to Noel Sanchez producing this show remotely today. Sometimes it's Tony Taters. Sometimes it's Noel Sanchez. Show him some love down below. He was the best reporter when it came to the V going to Dodger Stadium. Trying to throw that out there. He deserves a lot of love. We'll be back in the studio with him tomorrow. So see you guys tomorrow and enjoy the rest of your night. Dodgers get the dub. And remember, most importantly, win or lose, disagree or agree, nothing, absolutely nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
And when the upcoming winter gives way to spring, rest assured, once again, it will be time for Dodger baseball.